Another day, another story. Hey friends, it's your favorite learning enthusiast back with another intriguing video. Before we dive in, be sure to annihilate that subscribe button and enable notifications so you never miss a mind-blowing video. In today's content-packed episode, we're exploring the lesser-known dark side of tattoos. While body art can be beautiful, there are some shocking health and safety facts that your tattoo artist probably won't mention. We'll cover the sketchy ingredients, infection risks, medical complications, bioaccumulation, and psychological aspects you should know before getting inked. So grab your popcorn and get ready to have your mind expanded. Number 5 Toxic Ingredients in Tattoo Ink. First up, let's peel back the curtain on tattoo ink ingredients. Now, you'd think injecting permanent pigments under your skin would involve extensive safety testing and regulation, right? Wrong. Unlike drugs, cosmetics, or medical devices, tattoo ink has no government oversight in most countries. This means manufacturers can put untested and hazardous compounds in tattoo pigments with little accountability. For example, a 2018 study by the European Chemicals Agency tested 109 random tattoo inks and found that over 60% contained nickel, a metal that can cause allergic reactions. 40% contained other sensitizing chemicals like chromium, cobalt, and copper. 22% contained polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which are potentially carcinogenic. 10% contained primary aromatic amines, known carcinogens that are banned from cosmetics. 2 inks had levels of arsenic, cadmium, mercury and lead exceeding regulatory limits. Other analyses have detected banned plasticizers, acrylates, and polyurethane in tattoo inks. Even pigments labeled organic can have sketchy ingredients not disclosed on the bottle. The most toxic culprits are often found in red, orange, yellow and green pigments. These colors require transition metals, azo dyes and aromatic amines to achieve vibrant hues. Blacks and whites are the safest since they use inert carbon or titanium dioxide. So if you're getting a tattoo, try sticking to darker shades. In short, we don't know the identity or safety data for many chemicals being injected into millions of people. And with tattoos being permanent, these mystery compounds have decades to accumulate and react inside your body. More regulation and natural pigments are desperately needed to clean up this industry. Number 4 Risk of infection. Alright, so the ingredients are questionable. But what about the actual tattooing process? Well, unhygienic practices can lead to some gnarly infections. Let's look at how it works. When a tattoo needle punctures your skin, it creates an open wound vulnerable to bacteria and viruses. Dirty equipment, unsafe studios, and unlicensed artists raise the infection risk exponentially. Some of the nastiest bugs you can get from a tattoo include Staphylococcus causes painful rashes or boil-like blisters. Pseudomonas leads to a type of green, foul-smelling pus called pyocyneus. Methicillin-resistant staph, a superbug that causes hard-to-treat skin infections. Hepatitis C, a blood-borne virus that attacks the liver. HIV can be transmitted via contaminated needles. Herpes simplex, a lifelong virus that causes recurrent cold sores. Tetanus, bacterial infection that induces painful muscle spasms. Mycobacteria causes skin ulcers, abscesses and leprosy in rare cases. Gross. To avoid becoming a science experiment for pathogenic microbes, make sure your artist uses sterile disposable needles, tubes, gloves for each client. Disinfects all surfaces and tools properly. Has taken a blood-borne pathogen training course. Opens needles and tubes in front of you before starting. And don't be shy about asking questions to ease your mind. A good tattooist will understand your concerns. Number 3 MRI complications. Moving on, your new tattoo can actually affect medical imaging tests like MRIs. How so? Well, MRI machines use strong magnetic fields and radio waves to produce 3D images of our insides. The issue is, tattoo ink can contain traces of ferromagnetic metals or other reactive particles. These compounds interact with the MRI magnets and waves, resulting in tingling, burning or pain during the scan, requiring it to be stopped. This happens due to induced electric currents or heat. Loud knocking sounds emitting from the tattooed area. This results from magnetically susceptible particles vibrating rapidly. Distortion of the MRI image, making it unusable for diagnostic purposes. Metallic compounds cause black spots and shadows. Blistering, swelling or scarring due to heat or magnetism generated by the particles. Luckily, only some ink pigments pose problems based on their chemical composition. But doctors generally recommend covering tattoos during MRIs when possible or avoiding areas near tattoos. Inform your technician beforehand so they can take precautions and monitor for reactions. Certain populations like those needing frequent neurological or orthopedic scans are better off staying tattoo-free. Otherwise, stick to organic inks without metallic compounds to be safe. Your health is more important than body art in the end. Number 2. Bioaccumulation of pigments. Up next, a bizarre phenomenon called tattoo pigment bioaccumulation. Never heard of it? Let me explain. When the solid particles in tattoo ink enter your skin, they are too big for your immune cells to engulf and break down. So over time, these permanent pigments migrate through the lymphatic system and cluster in the lymph nodes closest to the tattoo site. Autopsy studies have revealed tattoo pigments stubbornly lodged in people's lymph nodes, even decades later. This accumulation causes chronic inflammation as the immune system continually tries to filter out the foreign material. The long-term effects are still unknown, but possibilities include lymph node enlargement, fibrosis or obstruction, impaired lymph drainage which can lead to fluid buildup, allergic reactions that appear years later, potential leaching of toxic metals into the nodes and bloodstream. Research also shows color pigments migrate to different degrees. Blues and greens tend to be highly bioaccumulative compared to reds and blacks. So consider going easy on the vibrant colors if you want to reduce this risk. We truly have no clue what harm decades of tattoo particles could cause inside the body. More longitudinal studies are needed on the safety of ink components. Number 1. Psychological aspects. Finally, let's dive into the perplexing psychological connections with tattoos. Now, body art has become mainstream, but some compelling links remain. Multiple studies reveal people with tattoos have higher rates of mental health disorders like depression, anxiety, suicide risk and substance abuse. However, having a tattoo does not inherently cause these conditions. Tattooing may provide relief, control or self-esteem for those struggling with childhood trauma, abuse or unstable upbringings according to research. Again, correlation does not equal causality. Compulsive tattooing paired with poor impulse control could signify underlying psychiatric disorders like bipolar disorder or borderline personality disorder. The pains and pleasures of tattooing may activate reward pathways in the brain, leading to addictive or excessive behavior in predisposed individuals. Basically, the line between self-expression and maladaptive behavior remains hazy. Just be mindful about your motivations and mental state if getting a tattoo during a difficult period. Focus on addressing root causes rather than superficial remedies. And there you have it, 5 eye-opening facts about the more ominous side of tattoos. Were any of these total shockers to you? How do you feel about tattoo risks now? Let's get a thoughtful discussion going in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe plus hit the bell to join the community and stay on top of future videos. Until next time, stay introspective and keep questioning. Thanks for watching.